There are skills that we need to practice as leaders, and there's a ton of them. I think one time I found a list of like 275 different skills that people believe leaders should have. And I'm not talking about all of those skills, but I think there's 5 primary ones that as leaders we need to focus on. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey everybody, welcome back to my leadership development video series where we talk about growing ourselves both personally and professionally and helping others as well. Today we are talking about the 5 things that I think as a leader, if you practice and work on these skill sets, that you will become a much better and more effective leader. And I think it's going to surprise you which skills and things that I'm going to talk about. So the first thing is that as leaders, it's not the same as being a carpenter. A carpenter, he gets a nail, he gets a hammer, and he goes out and he practices hammering nails into boards until he's really good at it, because there's physical objects. For us, there's no real physical object that we can practice with in order to ensure that we're being a good leader. The things that I believe leaders have that you can really practice: you can practice listening, you can practice speaking, you can practice using your brain, you can practice looking and watching and observing, and you can practice your body language. Because really those are the only tools that you have as a leader that really you can evolve and get good at and helps you quickly. Because if you get good at observing, you see how other people are reacting to you, and you see how they're reacting to other people, and that gives you some knowledge. And if you listen to how people are talking, it can give you insights. A lot of times people unconsciously are telling us stuff, and sometimes it's not just the words that they're saying, but it's the way they're saying it, which means that we have to listen to those nuances and understand what's really going on. Our brain, I know it sounds funny, but the reality is we've got to be really good at understanding and thinking through the nuances in situations and being able to make good decisions. Now, I'm not saying as a leader you always make all the decisions by yourself, but you better be aware that there's a decision to be made and how that you maybe would handle that. Maybe you would get advice from somebody else, or maybe you just go ahead and make the decision. But the important piece of it is to understand and make those decisions. How you speak, making sure that the words you use are conveying the message that you want. And then you also have to use, of course, your brain and your ears again, and your eyes, because you need to understand what you're saying. Is that really resonating with that other person? Are they really getting what you're trying to communicate? Because a lot of times we have filters, and we're talking through our filter and they're listening through their filter, and somewhere in between there gets this like messed up piece of it. Well, the reason for that messed up piece is our filters could be 2 different filters. And so it's our job as leaders to make sure they understood our message. And the final thing is being able to understand body language, both our own and other people. There are so many great videos about body language where it talks about, hey, how do leaders present themselves? Well, the other piece of it is, how does somebody that you're trying to lead present themselves? And can you understand what their body language is telling you? All right, in the comments below, what are the 5 tools and how are you using them?